Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we, the African heads of state, business executives, senior policymakers, business associations, government ministers, senior officials from the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat, technocrats, women, and young entrepreneurs, gathered at the Presidential and Business Executives Dialogue hosted at Peduase Lodge in Peduase, Eastern Region, Ghana, on January 27, 2023. This dialogue, held under the auspices of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, centered around the theme, I quote, delivering prosperity in Africa, produce, add value, trade, unquote. We base our discussions on the achievements of the 2023 Africa Prosperity Dialogue, where we collectively committed to collaborating closely with governments to promote the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Our focus is on utilizing science, technology, and innovation to create value-added, made-in-Africa goods. In return, governments pledge to pursue commodity-based industrialization, invest in trade-related infrastructure, implement specific measures to empower women entrepreneurs, and ratify the AU Protocol on the free movement of people. And we're happy to announce that President Akufo-Addo said Ghana will this year offer visa free for African travelers to Ghana. We emphasize that the primary goal of the Africa Prosperity Network is to shift the narrative in African countries from poverty reduction to one that empowers nations in their pursuit of prosperity. We acknowledge the AfCFTA agreement holds the potential to make substantial contributions to sustainable economic growth, generation of employment opportunities, increased foreign direct investment, industrial development, enhanced integration of the continent into the global economy and the overall prosperity of all Africans. We explored actionable strategies to enhance the productive capacities of African nations and diversify their economies through value addition and integration into regional and global value chains. Addressing pressing issues such as food insecurity, inflation, and the mounting debt burden facing African countries was also a focal point. We emphasized leveraging Africa's abundant natural resources, including arable land, water, oil, natural gas, minerals, forests, and diverse wildlife to overcome development challenges. We noted that these challenges encompass inadequate infrastructure, i.e. transport, communications, energy, information technology, inefficient trade facilitation processes, limited access to finance, and barriers to the free movement of persons. Additionally, we underscore the pivotal role of financial technology in facilitating cross-border trade payments. Our discussions highlighted ongoing financial reforms in African countries aimed at strengthening essential payment systems that support commercial transactions and business activities. We commit after extensive deliberation to the following, i.e. the business community, their commitment. A, collaborate with central banks, financial institutions, and key stakeholders to bolster investments in technology, ensuring the interoperability and standardization of payment systems across the continent, while actively pursuing enhanced efficiency and consistency in the payment ecosystem. B, enhance the production of diversified value-added manufacturing goods to elevate African nations along the value chain. C, increase investments in digitalization and technology to bolster integration within regional and global value chains. D, embrace technologies that enhance agribusiness through the adoption of modern agricultural practices, including precision farming, drone technology, and Internet of Things, IoT-based solutions, aiming to significantly improve productivity, efficiency, and sustainability within the agricultural sector. Finally, E, prioritize investments in critical minerals essential for various emerging technologies while ensuring environmentally sustainable mining practices. On the part of government, leverage public-private partnership arrangements to increase investments in infrastructure development with a specific focus on transportation, logistics, and digital infrastructure, while fostering deeper intra-African trade and enhancing connectivity for African countries to global markets. G, incentivize financial institutions to increase their support for businesses in the manufacturing sectors to charge favorable interest rates. These institutions can provide loans to manufacturers for capital investment, expanding production facilities, or acquiring machinery and equipment. H, oil-rich African nations would actively foster the development of integrated refineries by leveraging innovative financing mechanisms and private sector participation. The adoption of such integrated operations aims not only to diminish reliance on imported petrochemicals, but also to relieve pressure on the country's constrained foreign exchange reserves, ultimately contributing to improved macroeconomic stability. I, enhance trade facilitation by simplifying customs procedures, reducing trade barriers, and standardizing regulations, and simultaneously strengthen Africa's integration into regional and global value chains. J, establish an enabling environment for industrialization by promoting diversified and value-added manufacturing, fostering innovation, skill development, and investments in sectors beyond primary commodities, both within and beyond the global value chains. K, deepen regional integrations efforts and leverage the AFCFTA agreement to integrate into regional and global value chains and utilize regional economic communities to enhance intra-African trade, creating larger markets and economies of scale. L, formulate and implement policies that bolster African companies, including startups, enabling their integration at higher levels within regional and global value chains. The overarching goal is to achieve substantial economic growth, prosperity, poverty reduction, and sustainability in the social sector. M, increase investments in agriculture to significantly support smallholder farmers, providing them access to modern farming techniques, high-quality seeds, fertilizers, irrigation systems, and essential agricultural infrastructure. This will enhance food production and increase productivity. N, promote climate-smart agricultural methods encompassing conservation farming, agroforestry, and the cultivation of drought-resistant crop varieties, and provide support to farmers in adapting to shifting climate patterns in mitigating crop losses caused by extreme weather events. O, emphasize the value addition of natural resources through a strategy of refining, manufacturing, and producing finished or semi-finished goods within the aim of attracting higher prices in global markets. P, ensure that mining practices are environmentally sustainable with costs aligned with global standards and implement stringent enforcement measures. Q, utilize innovative financing mechanisms to mobilize the necessary funding for addressing the infrastructure gaps on the continent, including advancing road transportation and services, energy, railway, air, and maritime transportation systems. Finally, nurture the development of and uptake of innovative financial technologies, fintech, including mobile payments, digital wallets, and online payment platforms. Also, enhance telecommunication networks, expand internet accessibility, including no roaming charges within the continent, and establish resilient financial infrastructure to efficiently support electronic transactions. On the part of the AFCFTA Secretariat, S, provide support to member states of the African Union that have not ratified the agreement, encouraging them to do so. T, progress from the guided trade initiative and implement comprehensive trading among all state parties under the AFCFTA agreement. Partners, development partners, multilateral development partners, regional development finance institutions, commercial banks, investors, and other financiers will continue to collaborate with governments and the private sector to make available attractive and affordable trade finance, supporting private sector engagement with the AFCFTA market. V, development partners including UNECA, UNDP, Africa Development Bank, Afrexim Bank, and others will continue to provide coordinated support to governments, businesses, and the AFCFTA Secretariat, expediting the full implementation of the AFCFTA. We commit to meet annually under the Africa Prosperity Dialogue to take stock of the progress of Africa's prosperity agenda. We thank His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the government of the Republic of Ghana for spearheading the Africa Prosperity Dialogues. Signed by reps of heads of state, business executives signed by Julius Mwale, African Union by the UN country rep, by the Secretary General of the AFCFTA, Wamkele Meni, and development partners by the UN rep for Ghana, Charles Bani, and young entrepreneurs by the young man. Thank you very much. And I believe I just have to present this to our host, President Akufo-Addo, who did us the honors last time by presenting the document to the AU Summit.